Hello and welcome to another episode of Anime Masters of the Apocalypse Anime Talk. I am your host, the wielder of dark magic, Mess, and with me is the Otome game protagonist, Anne. Say hello, Anne.
Hi.
Also with me is the reincarnated villainous Vlad. Hello, Vlad.
Huh? Will make this the best episode ever. Oh.
Great.
Hi.
And I'm also the one who chose the anime that we have to talk about. It's called My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. And a short summary is that we have this girl who ends up tragically dying, and then she gets reincarnated as the villain character of her favorite video game. And then once she comes, I can't remember how old, but when a kid, she remembers her past life, and then she figures out that if she keeps going as the way the villain character did, then she would end up dying again, like the villain did. So she tries to change things in order to survive, and it has a lot of very fun repercussions. Yeah, and now I will ask each of you to give your a very quick opinion about the anime before we go into the details. So, Anne?
I like it a lot actually. I didn't expect to like it, but I do. So
All right. Vlad?
I think it. I think it's because I have been spoiled by many other animes with very complex plots. So I was at times. Nah, I would say I was entertained, but I I always waited for the big plot twist or something something very unexpected. Was a plot twist, but it wasn't like something that you that you had in front of your face all the time, and only when they reveal it you realize, oh shit, it was there all the time. It was something. Usually, it was something that you either it was something completely new that came out of nowhere, and now you have to deal with it, or it was something that was a little too on the nose, so you kind of saw it from the first from the get go.
Mm-hmm. All right. And as for me, I really like this anime. I would go so far as to say this is one of my favorite harem anime. I think it's actually my second favorite of all the harem animes that I've seen. And, well, yeah, I really like it as well. So, I'm happy that people were, at the very least, entertained while watching it. So, let's get to it. Character analysis. So,
They are so cute, everyone.
I think that's on purpose, but yeah.
Yeah, they have a very cute design.
Mm. So let's talk
One
about
plushies of them all.
our villainous character, Katarina Claes. So I gotta say, as a main character, I really like Katarina. I think she's a ton of fun to watch, and her personality as well, which is really the thing that's driving the plot. With her being the way she is, I think it really works.
Yeah, I really like that her. I don't know if it's done on purpose. That her that her forehead is very pronounced, and it's it gives her a very like, how should I say it? It gives her don't know, a like nose to the sky, not looking at the people under you, feeling. I don't know what it is. It's maybe something that has been used in other character designs, but as a as the evil girl protagonist in your school, the bully girl, girl design, it works. I could see her as a one who wants to push the protagonist down as a antagonist that she is.
Like the bully character.
Yeah, the bully character.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like the color coordination all over all characters. I like that they are very color coordinated all around.
I really
I
like
would
the
like,
blue on her. I think she makes it
yeah,
work.
yeah. It's very royalty. It looks very royalty, and I think, yeah, the triangles almost, it gives her the like a jewel kind of feeling. The triangles, like it's light reflected off a jewel. Yeah, so very royalty kind of design. And the little bow, is that a bow in her
I
hair?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute. I like it. Very cute. Very plushy makeable. Um, what else? I like that she has boots. It's not high heels. It's very down to earth that she is as a character also.
Yeah, and also it makes sense since I think Katarina is kind of character who would really struggle with high heels, honestly.
Yeah.
And since she has to work on her like feel every now and then, it makes sense that she would walk around in
Hmm.
boots.
And crawl in trees,
Yes, that too.
climb up trees.
Run away from
That would be
dogs.
hard in high heels.
Yeah, basically anything Katarina does would be hard in high heels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to have seen it like a scene where her mother tried to make her like walk in high heels, and then Katarina just keeps on failing, and at the end they give up and give her boots. That would have been
Yeah.
fun.
Mm. Is she the
What?
the white-haired girl Sophia, is she called Sophia?
Yeah, see Sophia.
Yeah, she's Sophia. Uh, she also has no. Many of the girls has long hair. What am I talking about? No, I just thought for a second that maybe she was the only girl character with long hair, but no, not at all. Mary also has long hair. So yeah,
Yeah. So I
have
noticed
an
like
opinion. Anne?
what?
What?
Yeah,
Do you have an opinion on Catherine?
Katarina.
Yeah, I was just
Katerina.
thinking, I actually really like that they don't have, like Asian names because
Yeah.
I can never remember the names when it's
Oh,
not a name that I can recognize. So I really like that it's like names that I'm able to
it's like European names.
Yeah,
Not all of them. Giorno isn't that Italian actually?
That's
it's
European,
also
dude.
European. Then.
Italy is
Oh
in
yeah,
Europe.
fuck. Whoa, how
Wow,
much
dude.
for some why for some reason I heard when you said European, I heard English.
Mm,
Damn.
it's okay.
Well, fuck me.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Forgetting that for a moment. um, yeah. So One thing that I personally resonate a lot with Katarina with is her personality of just being like a really nice person who really tries to look past all the flaws in other people and just give up a hand and help. Like
But is she nice because she has to, or is she nice because she wants to?
oh, she wants
Yeah.
to.
Yeah,
Does she?
Yeah,
but
because
she also wants to survive.
yeah, but
Yeah, she wants
he's
to
the
just
kind of
survive.
yes. But here's the thing with Katarina. Every time she does something, she does something. She does most of it on impulse, actually, and it's only like after she realizes, like, oh no, I did something good, or oh no, I did something bad. Like most of her
Yeah,
like
you're right.
main things when she does them, it's all on impulse. Like basically, anytime she tries to consciously like avoid her doom flag, as she says,
Yeah.
the only thing that really happens is everyone around her keeps it on like putting on question marks, saying, "The hell are you doing?" But then she does
Yeah.
something without thinking about it, and then it has like a huge effect because it's just who she is.
Yeah. All the times where she realizes she just stole a interaction, a protagonist interaction with one of her friends.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
is unconscious, or rather, she
Yeah.
does it on a whim,
Mm.
which I think is also part of the humor in that, in terms of actually avoiding her doom flags, she's not doing really that good a job when she tries to actually do it. But when she's just doing like being herself, then everything goes right for her.
Yeah.
And also, I just want to put out there that that the fandom has a really great nickname for Katarina.
What's
What
that?
what is it?
Are you guys ready? It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bakarina.
What?
Bagarina.
Yes, and I agree that it fits her perfectly.
Well, Baka, does that mean idiot or something?
Yep.
Yes, it means idiot in
Ah,
Japanese.
okay.
That's both cute and a bit stupid.
Hmm. But it's said in love, of
She's
course.
not she's not the dumbest anime protagonist I
Oh
have
no
seen.
no no! Like
Oh,
There's dumber.
yeah, I would say in terms of Katarina, she has a hard time reading the room. I would say, and she also like, and in terms of her like long term memory, I think she might have some problems there. Basically, she's a very like free spirited minded person.
Yeah.
Like she keeps on thinking like, okay, what do I want to do now? What makes me happy right now? Then do it. Then she doesn't really think far in the future in that regard.
Mm. That's yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, that's Katarina. Anything else we want to add before we move on?
nope.
All right.
No.
Then let's talk about the protagonist, Maria. And
She's very game protagonist. Very game protagonist.
I thought you were gonna say she's very gay.
Nah. I mean, she can be.
I think she is. I
It's
think she's
appropriate.
so gay for Katarina.
Yeah.
Like I
She
really
probably is.
expected them to start dating.
All,
you know, it's
all of
funny
the
that they
girl
were
characters are
actually. Yeah, you want to say something, Gladdy?
nah, all of the girl characters are gay for Katarina.
All the characters are gay for Katarina.
Hmm.
Well, not gay necessarily, but yeah, all the
Yeah, all
characters
the
are after
girl.
Katarina.
Yeah.
But I remember when this first came out, and Crunchyroll was doing its anime awards. Then there was like a shipping award for like the most popular ship. Then Katerina and Maria was actually, I don't remember know how far they went, but the shipping of those two was one of the like most popular ships of that time.
I believe you.
Really?
Yeah, they were. You know
There
how they
are
do it in
better
Crunchyroll.
ships than that show.
What?
There are better ships.
Like who?
Sophia.
No.
Two book nerds. That's so cute.
No.
Yes. Okay. Who should Katarina be shipped with? And
Listen, we're going to talk about shipping later, so
no. Ah. Okay. Fine.
like shipping is an actual topic we have to talk about.
Okay. Okay. I
So
will. I will. I will keep my arguments till later.
okay. So anyway, Maria is I think in terms of she's the actual protagonist of the original like Otome game. I think they've done a great job of showing her like that. Both with the fact that she's just really nice. She's very helpful. She's smart. She works a lot. She has light magic. She's the chosen one. All that, and the fact she has a Cinderella like backstory.
Hmm.
So yeah, she looks like the protagonist of an Otome game, as you would say.
Hmm. I like that her outfit is visually simpler than the others.
Mm.
It's it looks like more. I wouldn't say workers' clothes, but it
Yeah,
looks
but like a farmer girl, kind of.
yeah it looks more acceptable in that environment. It looks
Mm.
more easier to wear in that environment than Katarina's outfit.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the fabric
and
the
yeah,
fabric looks tougher.
Yeah.
yeah, and I like the flowers in her hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's cute.
Yeah, just trying to make her look like the sweet female protagonist of a romance game, I guess.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah, Maria's great, but anything else we want to add about her?
Um.
I actually think that Maria was the least interesting character of
Right.
the bunch.
Yeah, in a way, yes, I suppose.
In
I
what
mean,
way
she
do you
doesn't
mean?
have like a deep personality or anything. She's
No.
just, she's
Oh
kind of
yeah, but
plain.
I think that actually one of the plot points is that Katerina takes away some of her like more interesting characteristics in
It
an
makes it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
yeah, because in the original like story, then she was the outsider in this like fancy world, and then she was acting like um, different from all these like high nobles and all that, and doing stuff
Mm.
that the original characters like Keith and Jodo they weren't used to. But here we have Katarina who's already acting so outside the norm that anything Maria would do wouldn't look special.
Yeah. She's also the game's protagonist. She's the character
That you would play as, yeah.
that you will
Like,
play as. So it makes
you need
sense that
to
you
be
would
able
take.
to relate to her, right?
Yeah, it would be easier to relate to her if she doesn't have a how should I say it, a
Complex personality.
complex
Yeah.
personality.
Mm.
She has a wide personality is what I'm saying.
Mm.
It's easy to project yourself into her.
Yeah. So should we go to the favorite brother?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the adopted brother of Katarina,
Hmm.
Keith. Keith. Yeah, that's an interesting name. And he's an earthbender
Mm.
with powerful earth magic.
Yeah. He's a sweet boy.
Yeah, and he was.
You
Yeah.
no. You go. You go.
Well, I was to say that his backstory is pretty tragic. That he was bullied in his earlier family because of his both because of his high magical power and also now I can't remember. Wasn't it also something to do with his upbringing that he wasn't a legitimate son or something?
Uh,
Maybe.
uh,
I don't know.
uh,
I know
I don't
his
remember.
like brothers bullied him.
Hmm. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was that scene where he protects that bird family.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The scene with the birds. Oh my god. Step aside, little kid. Let us kill these birds with stones. So bad. Just so bad. Like comically bad. So so wrong.
But you can't see kids doing that in real life, like that.
No, no, pushing a small child aside and just beginning to throw stones at a bird's nest. No, no one is that comically evil. I, I,
Uh,
I just don't want to believe it. It's
you'd be surprised what kids
the
could
whole the whole
do.
setup. The whole setup was just yeah. Let's frame these two characters as being very bad and evil and dislikable.
Well, well, they succeeded then.
Yeah, they succeeded.
Like I don't feel bad about it when Keith accidentally like hurts them.
Nope, not at all. Fuck them. So yeah, he's a very sweet boy. The 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 introduction of his character it was it was heartwarming.
Hmm.
Very heartwarming.
Yeah, and it actually has one of my favorite scenes where Katarina takes the axe and knocks down his
Yeah.
door. And again, that's Katarina on impulse again. Like,
Yeah.
I need to get to Keith right now. I need to get to this door. Oh, there's an axe there. Move aside.
Yeah. Keith, are you close to the door? Step back.
Like, what if she accidentally hit his head and he died?
If she fucking murdered him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
he
that would
sits
be a twist.
yeah,
Yeah.
he sits up against the door and the axe just plummets through the door into the back of the skull. Oh my god.
Hmm. And then Katarina turns into a like real villain for real after that
Yeah,
experience.
shit.
Sounds like a fanfic in the making. Hmm.
His outfit. That's very bland.
Isn't that his school outfit? Like when he
Is
goes
that
to
his
school?
score? I'm, again, how many do we see outfit changes from school
They
to?
have the some uniforms on during the one episode where they go into like a cave or ruins.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think they can actually just wear whatever they
No, I
want.
think it's the same. I think it's the same.
Hmm.
I think it's the
I
same.
don't think so.
It's not. I'm looking at a website right now, and I can't see other outfits. No, that's the same. He's wearing the same in school that he's wearing at home.
Hmm.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
It's certainly
It's
fancy.
very ye- yeah, it's a bit fancy.
Yeah,
It's
but
not as fancy as Mister
Mr.
Knight
Cape.
in shining armor to the right there, but I don't know.
he
It
looks
it
like a doctor.
yeah, he looks a little bit like a doctor, but
Hmm.
I can also see the practicality. It's not too mm, pompous. It's not too out there. And it's not too fancy that you can't take it out
Hmm.
on a stroll in the woods,
Well, he has shown that he's a very shy character,
and it's
so
not it's not too yeah. Oh yeah. It doesn't stick out. The
hmm.
design of the cloth, it doesn't stick out. It's very muted.
Which is
The
actually a
grays.
contrast. I just realized to his original game version,
What?
where originally he was supposed to be like a big playboy that rose around with all sorts of different girls in order to get over his
Yeah.
trauma. But then in the new, of course, in the new version of him, where he's had a good life and he becomes very shy and actually doesn't interact with
Yeah.
that many people.
Yeah.
So
It fits his personality well.
yeah.
Very muted colors. I like it.
So should we talk about Giordo?
Giorno. Yes.
Yes, the
Very.
fiance
Yeah.
and Black-Hearted Prince, I think he's also called.
Mm.
So yeah, I actually really like Giordo. I think he's a great
Mm.
character.
You?
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah. He's
Like, what do you like about him?
I think he has an interesting backstory. I think works with that he was this would say like wonder child born with extreme talent who couldn't find interest in anything because it became so easy for him. And then he meets Katerina who acts so like so outside the norm and different that he can't figure out like what she's going to do. And then after she did that, then his life suddenly has like new meaning because well, again because then he just can't just go through it easily. I think that works as
mm.
a character.
Yeah.
Also, I have a thing for royalty, so he's a prince that gives bonus point to
Okay.
me. Besides, I like the idea of Katerina becoming queen of the land.
Mm.
That's just a really funny idea to me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Besides, fire magic is cool.
Yeah. He he's outfitted like a royalty.
Mm. Yeah, it's a
He
cool cape.
yeah. He's
Yeah,
very
but I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it be so annoying having to wear all of that?
Yes, but
Like,
that's
it's a lot of clothes to take off in the evening and a lot of clothes to put on in the morning.
yeah, that's just like how it is to be royalty. You have to look the part all the time.
maybe maybe he enjoys taking it on.
Maybe.
Maybe he's into fashion. Royalty fashion.
Maybe. It's a shame we can't. It's a shame Alan isn't here. Then we could compare the two since he's also a prince.
Yeah. Yeah, because him and his brother is
They're very different.
very different. Very
Yeah.
different. Alan almost has a punk feeling to him.
I still can't get over how
Yeah.
his two earrings are two completely different. Like in
As I
each
said,
ear.
punk.
Yeah, but isn't it? I can't help but look at it every time I see it.
Like, what his earrings, you say?
Yeah, he has two different earrings on on each of his ears. Like on one ear he has like one earring, and the other is completely different earring.
You can't handle the dissymmetry.
Yes,
It's normal, man.
it's like having two different colored socks on.
Yeah. So,
I prefer same color socks.
nah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm that kind of guy.
Hmm.
I'm sorry I
I
was
think
born that way.
I think I would enjoy dating Giorno.
You would,
He just seems like someone who would bring one to where there is fun.
but I think he
Bring
would.
it.
I think he would spoil the heck out of you, honestly.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm meaning. I like to be spoiled.
You want to be his sugar baby.
Yes.
Damn, just go right out and say it, why don't you?
Please donate me. I will sell my love for any amount.
And that makes him. I think that actually makes him a really nice contrast to Katerina, in that like he wants to like come off as this prince who will spoil you and give you everything that you could possibly want, and these high riches and all that. But Katerina really isn't interested in that. She's much more interested in simple farm work or other weird stuff that he doesn't know how to handle. So
Yeah.
I like the contrast there.
Mm, mm,
Plus, he has some nice shoes.
It
he has
does.
some nice shoes
Hmm.
that he does. I'm that's something I don't like with character design in particular. So it's very often that you see that capes and other fabrics has these gold rims on them, but
Hmm.
sometimes it just makes the capes or the clothes edges look hard like metal, like you could poke yourself on it. I don't know what the solution would be, but it just. I know what they are trying to sell here. They are trying to sell that it should look like what is it called? Gold thread or something. Yeah, gold thread is what I'm searching for.
Hmm.
But sometimes it just looks like hard metal parts or something. Like something that is holding the cape shape. Oh, I particularly like when my cape looks like that. I'm gonna put metal rods in it so it will always have this shape.
Sounds like it would be annoying to walk around with.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, white, red, and a bit of blue
Hmm.
and yellow.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
assume the
very.
red like has to do with his fire magic.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, not that Kifu's earth magic has a lot to do with the earth, but I don't know.
Nah, it's more muted,
Yeah, I
more
suppose.
muted color, like Earth's color.
Hmm.
But yeah, he looks like royalty, and he sells the character design sells it very well.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So, should we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Sirius Deek or Raphael Walt, depending on what name you want to use.
yeah,
So, Vladdy, you wanted this character here, and is it because like he's the only character who gets an actual like real character arc in the first season?
yeah. You probably, yeah.
Hmm. He's
We
actually
we talked
yeah.
we talked it through for before the show, and I just think it would be interesting to have a character that is, yeah, the first big threat,
Hmm.
the first danger for the group to handle.
Yeah, he's the only real villain like of the first season that really
Mm,
is.
mm. I Again, it didn't really surprise me. For some reason, it didn't really surprise me that he was bad in some way. I don't know. Just how it's he was too nice.
Mm.
Hmm.
He was a little bit too nice.
Yeah, and they kept on like showing him like after like bad stuff has started happening. They kept on showing him be there and do stuff like making
Yeah,
like
it was just
make yeah.
like he didn't already have a reason to be there, kinda. So
Hmm.
it wasn't surprising that he had to be the bad guy
Mm.
because he had been there all along and no one had really like befriended him or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I will say his backstory of why he became a villain. I think it works really well because one, it's really tragic what actually happened to him, but also the way it's set up, you could argue that none of it is really his fault because there was this, dark being or whatever that person who was using
Oh
dark
yeah.
magic before that was basically manipulating him, and then there's also the entire situation he was put in with that mom that both killed his own mom and then
Mm.
attempted to transfer the memories of her
Yeah,
dying son into him, and
yeah,
it
that
was a
was
whole
messed up.
thing. Mm,
That was very messed up.
yeah, and much darker than you would expect from this show, honestly.
Mm.
Like at that point, the darkest thing we've seen was Katarina hitting her head.
Mm.
Hmm.
Him and Keith are the only ones that I think looks like they have some kind of uniform on, like school uniform. But it's
Mm.
understandable. It's a school for royalty, so
Oh yeah, it actually makes sense that they would, since they assume that them almost everyone going to the school would be royalty. They would assume
mm,
that everyone would like have expensive clothes to wear for the school.
mm, yeah,
Yeah, because as was said in the show, like almost everyone that's born with magic is royalty nobles, with Maria being an exception.
yeah.
Hmm.
But why does Sirius has have this? It's almost it is more simpler, if not as simple as
Hmm.
Keith's clothes. It's
Could it
very
could it be
unnoticeable.
like a reference to the fact that he's actually the son of a servant and that he's not really a noble? Because
Oh,
his
yeah,
his alter ego Sirius D that he's going by is not his real identity. That's the identity that he's taken now after the whole mess it had in his childhood. His
yeah.
original identity as Raphael Wall, he was the son of the servant, but
That could be.
it could be a reference to that.
My theory would be that again, if we are taking this out of a gaming aspect, that he's the the players shouldn't look at him as a character that you could seduce,
Mm, yeah,
and
because he's
that's
supposed to be the
why
hidden character. Yeah.
yeah, and that's why he's given this very unnoticeable character, unless you're looking at the red hair. It's all other things about him is very unnoticeable. So it's almost like finding a treasure if you find a if you find out that you can seduce him, you can there's more character interaction with him,
Mm,
because I would assume that there are other if you're looking at the game, if we could look at the game, there would be a lot of other characters with very unnoticeable clothes like Keith and like Sirius that you can't have an interaction with in the game.
mm. Yeah, I think you might. I think you might actually be right there. Hmm. What do you think, Anne?
Um, sorry, I was like away.
Spacing out.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, Think about Sirius or Raphael.
Yeah. Yeah. Rafael? Who's
I
Rafael?
think I really
That's
like
his
his
real name.
clothes. I like his outfit. I love it. Honestly, like I would wear that.
You would look good in that.
I would. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Uh, I don't know. I just really like his pants. I think,
Yeah.
Hmm.
but I just don't really have an opinion about him as a character because I think he's a bit of a difficult character to really have an opinion on
Hmm.
because he's kind of like two people in one, you know? Like he had
Hmm.
all those memories from the sick boy,
Yeah.
right? So he's kind of like two people. I just think it's really difficult to judge
Yeah,
someone
like
like that.
in the end, we don't actually see his like who he really is like
Yeah,
before
like
the
we don't
end
know
really.
yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
So
know
I
there's
just
more of him in like the second season, so I think it might be easier to get a like complete picture of his character there. But yeah, so also many of his appearances in the first season there, he's putting on a mask, like
Yeah.
deceiving others. So I can see what you mean there.
But also, it's just like he just turned nice too quickly. Like at one point, he's like a really bad guy, and then someone is just like saying his name to him, and suddenly he's a nice person again. I, I, I just don't buy that.
Oh, I think that has to do with the fact that he was actually a nice person all along, but because of the like manipulations from the evil guy that was possessing him,
Mm.
then that's why he was doing evil. And as soon as that illusion that the evil guy was like giving him, as soon as that was broken, then his like real personality came more out
Mm.
Yeah.
because um, the bad guy that was using dark magic had like changed his memory actually to make it seem like that uh, Raphael's mom had said avenge me son as when she died and all that, but what she really had said like I want you to live a happy life Raphael and all that.
Mm.
So as soon as Katerina she said like the right word to break that illusion, which was already very unstable, it seemed like, then it easily broke through. So I think I can buy that it works, but yeah. What do you think, Letty?
Mm. Again, if you look at it as a game, he's the first boss. He's the first boss. He isn't meant to be hard to figure out and how to quote unquote beat him.
But isn't he the
So
like? He's not the first boss. Isn't he like the hidden boss, the secret
yeah,
boss?
yeah, I know. I don't know. I I think I like how his arc ended. I like how it ended out for him. Yeah, he
Hmm.
got expelled, but what? Oh yeah, he began to work for the
The Ministry of Magic.
Ministry of Magic. Yeah, he got a good ending. It's
Hmm.
good.
Like there was no way this series has gonna get any sort of bad ending. Like let's be honest. Like for any of the characters. Oh, by the way, one thing I wanna like quickly bring up about Raphael, you realize that he has like dark eyes,
Mm,
kind of like.
Does he, isn't the Amsa gray or something?
Yeah, they are stone colored.
Hmm. It's
Yeah,
kind of
but
like
that's,
alluding to his dark magic, I would assume.
Maybe.
I don't know, I just think it's just gray eyes. Like it's normal.
Maybe I just think it's not a coincidence that he's the only character with dark magic and he has dark eyes. But
Yeah, but gray isn't really dark. It's just, it's kind of like blue eyes. It's just less blue.
maybe.
Second, doesn't Keith have dark eyes, or does he have blue too? Yep, he has blue. Never mind.
So anyway, that's all I think I have for Serious Deek.
Yeah, me too.
All right, shall we move on?
Yeah.
All right, bisexual utopia. So this was
Mm.
your topic, Anne.
Yeah. It just felt like everyone was in love with everyone. And like Lady Katarina, who seems very bisexual, she just had so many options. Like everyone is in love with her. Like
Mm.
for real.
Yeah, I
So
think.
yeah.
Doesn't realize.
Yeah, I think Katarina is fun because she basically starts this like makes everyone like wants to have a relationship with her, but she doesn't realize that it's even an option. And she doesn't consider. It's funny because she doesn't consider herself a person that other people would actually fall in love with.
Mm,
So the entire notion that she would come into a relationship with any of these characters doesn't even cross her mind.
yeah.
no matter how much evidence is for it.
Even the relationship she had with Giorno, she still thinks it's about the accident that happened at the tree
Yeah, because
back when she was a kid.
because in the original game, the original game Jodo used that arranged marriage in order to keep other girls away from him. So she thinks it's just the same here.
Yeah.
So she thinks Jodo is just using her.
Well, is this the topic where we can ship?
Well, not really, no.
Ah,
Do we have more to this topic?
I don't know.
isn't it your topic again?
Yeah, I
Do
have
we
no
have?
idea what to say about it. I just think like it's a bisexual utopia, really.
It's so refreshing to actually see the a bisexual what do we call it? Bisexuality, yes, being a prominent theme in an anime.
Mm.
I would, oh my god, I would so much like there to be more sexuality in like gay sexuality and all the others. I just, it's just it's just boring always to see the woman and boy. I would like, because I always when we watch anime mess, we always talk about, oh, they like each other, but the problem is that the author did don't it wasn't intended from the author, so it's very nice to look at it in look at an anime that where it is intended.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and it's also like very much a breath of fresh air from a harem standpoint. Because I've seen several harem animes, and majority of them is either like we have one boy and then lots of girls falls in love with him, or we have one girl and lots of boys fall in love with her. That's like the majority of harem anime that I've seen.
Yeah.
So this one here, where we have lots of boys and lots of girls falling in love with one girl, it's very refreshing and nice to see the different kind of like interactions and story and fun we can have from that concept.
There's just one problem.
Yeah.
The only problem.
Yes.
Katerina, Katerina, and Nicole and Sophia. Yeah,
Yes.
Nicole and Sophia. They are they are
Siblings.
siblings. Yeah, and Keith and Katerina also has a brother sister relationship. But other than that, every other character is a competition. They are not friends.
Okay, dude, you
Yeah,
All the
clearly
other characters is competition. They just compete to get Katerina's affection.
yeah.
okay. I actually disagree with you. Bec-
Okay.
yes, and I will back my words up by
Right.
saying that Nicole says that Giorgio is his childhood friend, and that's why he's hesitant to make any move towards Katerina. Boom, best friends.
Yeah.
And they show
We don't see them have an interaction, do we?
that's because we're focusing on what Katerina is doing. She's the
Oh,
main
of
character.
course.
We don't
Oh,
follow the side
sorry,
characters
of
in their daily life.
course. I'm saying with this with the most sincere tone in my voice. Of course, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm I'm more a fan of show don't tell. if you want to show people that they are, if you want to sell to people that they are friends, show them do something. Maybe just in the background, make them talk to each other, have a cup of tea. I don't know.
We do see some of them hang out in the background.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
not
I mean, the
not with
boys
each
did
other.
have like a sleepover together, didn't they?
Yeah, and why didn't we didn't see any of that, did we?
No,
No.
but they talked
No, we
about it.
didn't. We didn't. Such a fucking shame.
Hey, I would have loved to
Yes,
see the boys'
Annoying.
slumber party, but yeah, we didn't.
Yeah.
it would be fucking hilarious. So
It should
It
be
would
said
be.
that the entire slumber party was actually invented for the anime. That wasn't in the original novel this is based on.
Why didn't they do more with it? Yeah, fine.
I would say that it has to do with the fact that this is a 12 episode anime that it's pressed for time. So there's a limit to how much they can show.
yeah, wouldn't we rather like see the boys have a slumber party
Yeah,
than see
there are some
Katarina
moments.
have more attention? Like, I want to see the boys have a slumber party.
Like, I would have
Yeah,
loved to see the boys'
I would
slumber
like.
party. I think that would have been fun, but yeah.
All right, you can have it all, but yeah, I would like again because the slumber party. Who was for the idea with no one of the boys was in on the slumber party idea,
Nicole
were they?
was. Nicole! He's the one present for
Nicole,
it.
he was the only one. Okay.
See, the only two people in this group that have anything against each other, that's Keith and Jordo.
Eve.
They don't like each other. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. The rest are fine friends.
Yeah. Again, they don't. The problem is they don't enforce. They don't particularly enforce that they are friends, but they don't enforce that they aren't. Maybe I see the glass half empty, and you see the glass half full. But again, I see more. I see more. I just see more of them competing than being friends. That's yeah. And that is my subjective opinion.
Fair enough. I disagree with your subjective opinion.
Oh, is that your subjective opinion?
Yes.
Ah, well.
I will say that I have the backing of having read the entire light novel series and manga versions. So I
You
have a bit
cheating!
more information than you have.
Cheating! You're
Plus some
cheating!
scenes that wasn't in the anime.
Oh, that's
Plus
so
having seen
cheating.
the second season, so I know the future.
You.
It's all about preparation, my friend.
But without spoiling who, like, can you say if Katarina actually ends up with someone?
Yeah, does she end up with someone?
Okay, by the time of this recording, in the latest light novel, she has not come together with anyone
Are you
yet.
kidding me?
There has been made progress on some of the fronts. She has actually figured out that some of the characters actually like her, but he's not in a relationship yet.
Has she hit second base with someone?
No.
Oh.
On the other hand, we have added a lot of characters to the harem.
Oh,
Yeah,
more girls?
and boys.
Oh, fantastic.
And she gets a magical
Oh, yeah.
familiar.
Oh yeah, one thing. It's a bit irritating that we don't have as many girl characters, love interests as boy characters. I would like it to be 50-50.
Me too.
Just yeah.
There, I will say one thing that, with the exception of Maria, I think there's throughout the whole series there's a bit more focus on the male character's relationship with Katerina than the female characters. Again, with the exception of Maria. So, yeah, that's my take.
I don't have any more to add to this.
Me neither.
By the way, something they just realized, I think that might be a little significant. You realize like now we can see Alan and Jodo together here. You realize one has like gold around his neck, while the other has silver.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah, kind of like contrast, with one being the
yeah.
first and one being the second.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, should we move on?
Yup.
Sure.
The visuals. This one's
Hey,
yours.
yeah. It's very Victorian, or maybe not, well, probably not uh, historically accurate, but it's very, what should you say, pop art Victorian, pop Victorian.
If someone
It
was a
gives a,
fan of that era and would try to just express their love of that
yeah,
time.
yeah. It would be it would probably be something around this the visual indicators would be probably the same as this show. The thing I like the most about the show, there's the opening scene where she's riding in the what is it called,
Carriage?
carriage, the carriage.
Hmm.
The cityscapes. It's just it's cool with the amount of detail that is put in. It's like yeah, it's very detailed, and your eye almost it gets a little bit tired of almost all the detail that it bombards you with.
Hmm.
It's yeah, I really like it. It's not a bad thing. It's a it's a what should I say? It's a yeah. It's something that that is particular about that time, that era, that style, the art, and the what is it called, the architecture of that time.
Hmm.
So yeah, it sells that visual well.
Hmm. One thing I find very interesting about this anime is that it's supposed to be happening inside an otome game, like world.
Mm.
So that means like a lot of the, as we see, a lot of the like outfits and some of the way the school looks a lot like the modern day.
Yeah, we
Because
talked about it. Yeah.
yeah, because that's where the entire the majority of what like the action of the original Otome game would happen in, which where it would look like
Yeah.
that. But then it at the same time it has all this almost like medieval setting with princes and nobles and all that. So it's kind of like
Mm.
a fun amalgamation, almost.
Yeah.
Like carriages, there's no cars, there's no hard electricity, but at the same time they have like lamps and stuff. So
Mm.
so yeah, it kind of a fun amalgamation of
Mm.
some things that they have which they shouldn't have, but it makes sense because like the setting that they're in. Yeah.
The one thing I wished that they had played with more was the game aspect. You know, in the Otome, in those games, the visual, is it a visual novel? Could you?
I would assume so.
Yeah, that you know when the characters slide in from the right when you talk when you
Yeah.
talk to them. I wish that they did something like that,
Mm,
just to sell the gaming visual more, because I really like, for some reason, I don't know if that is intended, but I really like the meetings that all the Katarina's does in her
mm,
head. It
yeah.
almost it's it almost feels like a game mechanic that, oh, now this is gonna happen. You have exactly this time to plan out a tactic. Now now you need to find out like pausing the game or something.
Yeah.
In that regard, it seems very game visual wise, but I would like that they just brought it a little bit more in. I'm not saying it should be like Sword Line menus jumping around in the peripherals, but just just a little bit, just like just something that the community would look at and just say haha to some. Oh yeah, I know that.
Right. I think that's like a reason why they didn't come up with more of that is probably because like once she reincarnates, it's supposed to like really feel like she's in a real world.
Yeah.
So because if it still somewhat look like they have to be careful with like the of indicators of this being video game because what if it gives the false idea to the audience that she's trapped inside the game or something
Yeah.
Yeah.
where it's supposed that she's like the game world has become
The
like
real
this
world.
real fantasy world that actually exists that she's reincarnated in.
Yeah.
It's
It's a
best not to
balance.
like to have the audience be too confused of what's going on.
You're right. It's definitely a balance.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For example, I've seen a lot in another anime that's really popular, another isekai called Overlord, where a guy he gets trapped. He also gets transported into a real fantasy world. But the way it is that he gets trapped inside that fantasy world as his game character.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of confusion from a lot of people who watch it the first time that thinks that he's actually trapped inside the game and the game has become real and all that. But that's not what actually happened. It's more that his game character and the NPCs around him has been transported into a fantasy world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in that regard, I think it's good that this show like doesn't try to confuse us with that. It's pretty obvious what's going on.
Yeah.
And as we have also mentioned here, and we'll talk about later, this isn't supposed to be the most complicated of shows.
Nah.
Hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Depiction of magical medieval feudal society. Oof. Yeah. Okay. So this one is mine. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I actually find the political structure of this world somewhat interesting. And the reason for that is a very simple thing: is that in this world, the only people who has magical powers are the nobles. They're the only one born with it. And the reason why I find that interesting is because the entire concept of like a feudal nobility, as it was in our world, a big reason for that failing in our world was because there was basically nothing that really made these nobles who were born into these political powers that made them like better or more fit for those roles as opposed to a regular person. But in this world, we actually have something that pretty much proves that nobles, in a sense, have been born with more privilege than a regular like person because they're born with magic. So, like you can say, argue that they're more blessed. I know they don't really go into like religion in this series, but I can totally see that like that being a big thing, like something like God has blessed the nobles with magical power, and that's proof that they're the one tries to that they know best with how to rule society and all that. I just think that's really interesting. And then also the fact that apparently this kingdom, we don't see this in the first season, but this kingdom has an electoral monarchy. If you know what that is.
I don't.
Nope.
Okay, an electoral monarchy is we actually had an electoral monarchy in Denmark once in the Middle Ages, but anyway, it's a monarchy where after the king is dead or the regent, whatever, then the nobles has to like vote who is going to like be the next king, like among the heirs, the princes. Normally, when you think medieval monarchy, you always think like the oldest one, because that's what they had in France and in England.
Yeah.
But there are actually different kinds of monarchies around Europe in different times. So
Interesting. Thank you,
yeah,
Professor Mess. When is the assignment due?
tomorrow.
Fuck!
Fuck.
So yeah, I just think that just maybe it's the historian in me, but I just find it kind of interesting that they've gone with this like this kind of monarchy that's outside the norm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the things they mention is that both Jordo and Prince Alan both have equal opportunity to actually become the next king, along with their two other brothers. But the entire thing is like they mentioned there are different factions among the nobles. That some of the nobles want this prince to be king, some of the nobles want this prince, and then it's all about like finding allies and trying to have the most nobles support you if you want
Yeah.
to be king.
It's vote by popularity.
Yes, of the nobles, of course.
Yeah, of the nobles. Yeah.
Yeah, and it becomes a major plot point in season
What are you
2,
talking
actually.
about?
What?
We can't have the peasants vote. What?
What is this democracy you speak of?
Democracy? What are you talking about?
Listen, there's a reason why the Greeks they got conquered by the Turks, first the Romans, then the Turks. Just saying.
Well,
I'm kidding.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
tried to say something clever, but my two brain cells wasn't up to it. Yeah, I think it sounds cool that there is this whole system, but I want to be introduced more to it.
Yeah,
I,
like I
I,
said, we'll see more of it in season 2.
yeah.
Also, there's a movie coming out soon, so
Oh,
Really?
yeah, in 2023 there should be a movie coming out.
Wow.
well,
Yeah, and I
cool.
don't know if it's an original story or if it's just more of the light novels.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope it's from the books.
You're not into those original stories?
Eh, Again, as we all already have talked about, it's normally not something important. It's
Yeah.
something that can be taken out of the story, and it
Yeah,
wouldn't
the
have
problem
been.
is that it has absolutely no bearing on the story whatsoever because it's
Yeah.
its own self-contained little thing.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Hmm.
So yeah, you guys want to add something to this?
Nah.
I would if I could.
Don't say it like
Yeah.
that, lad. So one thing that's pretty interesting, I think, is that you know Maria, who's a commoner,
Yeah.
who's like born with light magic, and then gets really becomes or get introduced to like noble society. I'm actually surprised that she didn't get like bullied and or ostracized more than we actually saw in the series.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she got bullied, yeah, but again, with this kind of
Not that
situation,
much.
I feel like I would imagine that a bit harsher bullying than that, maybe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or maybe I'm thinking too much about it.
Nah. Again, we hear Katerina say that she has seen other girls bully Maria more than she has stopped them in bullying. They have bullied her more than she has been able to stop them in.
Oh, so you mean there was a
So
lot of like stuff off screen you might not have seen?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's what they are pointing at,
yeah, might be right.
what they are hinting at. So So, but I don't think it has been more harsher than what we see in other animes.
Oh, no,
Again,
I've seen some really heavy
yeah.
bullying in anime. Like Jesus.
This anime just goes so hard in bullying.
Yeah, sometimes it can be like really tough to watch.
Yeah, it could be tough to
Oh
watch.
god, now I'm getting flashbacks of that anime
Yeah,
already.
Jesus
Oh god,
Christ.
yeah.
Yeah.
Moving away from bullying for a second.
Let's move away.
Yeah. So this is actually the picture I chosen here. It's actually the kingdom of soldiers that the story is happening in. And you realize if you look at it that it's actually kind of the way it's set up. It's also kind of in a different cast, I can assume. Where I think we have the commoners. They're in that the outer ring. That's where they live, I assume. And then we have like the first inner ring.
Yeah.
It looks like there are some mansions there. We have that might be where a few of the like high nobles live. And then we have what's it, the square?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where the royal family lives.
Damn, it's a big, what is it?
Castle?
Castle. It's a big castle.
It is.
Yeah. Very.
I wonder how many people live in that.
Oof.
So yeah, well, that's just nice attention to detail that they actually set it up like that, and that's again looks very much medieval, like feudal society with the peasants in one place, and then we have the nobles, and then we have the royalty. So yeah,
It's nice that there are 3 walls. The only thing we need now is a giant smashing into them.
I would say the walls aren't big enough for that.
Nah,
It's not Wall Maria size.
nah, it isn't.
Like
But
the Titans would have a field day with this wall.
yeah, it would just be a buffet for them.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god! Think about the thing about what a plot twist. The giants just appear and one after the other. Katarina's friends get eaten in the most most brutal ways. Oh my god!
I really want to see it, honestly.
Who should die first?
Oh god.
Who should the first one be? Who should be in first?
Man,
I think
all of
I
them.
think it should definitely be Anne, the
Oh
nerd.
god, no, not Anne. I like
Yeah,
Anne. She's a great
she's
character.
my favorite character. Yeah, me too. But think about this: Katarina, she stumbles and falls, and just before a giant snaps her up and takes her up to the mouth, she pushes her aside and and basically just
Jesus.
offers herself. Oh my god. Yep. I just gave all of you fan fiction material. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you know, Letty, I think we have to soon pick like horror anime or something else because we keep on having this nice anime and then oh but what if and then come up with some really like terrible
Yeah,
scenario.
we should watch a horror anime soon.
Just get it out of your
Yeah,
system.
please.
Yeah, I need to watch some anime blood.
So
I need to
anyway,
watch some cute anime characters get brutally murdered.
yes, torture. No, anyway,
Yeah.
should we move on? Good. Okay, the paradox of shipping in harem shows. Okay, this is about shipping. So now you can talk about your shipping.
Yeah.
But before you do that, I want to talk about the paradox of shipping in harem shows.
Okay.
So, the majority of harem shows goes like this when they end. Is that the main character comes together with one of the members of the harem, or it has a non-ending where the status quo is kept and there is really no real conclusion.
There is no forward momentum in the relationships.
Yeah, where basically the series ends with no like definitive answer to the whole
Yeah.
who is he she gonna end up with or whatever.
Mm.
And so whenever I'm watching a harem show, like I'm always and of course I'm gonna have my like who do I think fits the main character most, who do I want the main character to end up with. But I know that at the same time, while they're showing them interacting and have a good time together and they're showing them like being good for each other, I know that they might not end actually even end together, or it might not end well like I want to.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's a big, I actually consider it a big paradox because they're showing them having these interactions like they would end up together, but they might not.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what I consider the big paradox of shipping in harem shows. That it's about shipping basically, but it's also you can't truly ship a character with the main character.
Mm.
And coming up with an, especially coming up with an ending to a harem show is
Yeah.
can be heartbreaking, depending on how you're doing it. And there is the what's known as the harem ending, where the main character ends up with all of the characters.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen personally. I haven't really seen that ending, that kind of ending where I've been satisfied. So yeah, one I've seen one harem anime do something that's pretty interesting, where actually have several endings. Where first there was the first ending, but then it released where the main character came together with one character, but then was released another 5 chapters of the it was manga of the manga where they showed a different ending where the main character got together with one of the different harem members and so forth. So it's like all the different horror members got their ending.
That's cool.
Yeah, the problem there is that that means because all of the characters got basically an ending, that means that none of that they all like wait like
Yeah.
the big meaning of oh they finally got together. It wasn't really there.
It could be. It could be. Uh, it could be argumented for that it would have been a better format in game. It would be. It would have been a better. It would have been a better story in that incident. It would have been a better story in a game format where you could choose yourself rather than you get all the stories one by one.
Yeah.
I know.
What do you think, Anne?
I said I don't know.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all fun and games. Can we ship now?
You can ship.
Can we
I
can
don't
we
think it
can we
was fun
turn
though.
can we turn up the heat? Can we put
Okay,
some
are you ready for
coal
a
into
life
this?
or death battle? So who should Katarina be shipped with?
Well, you chose this anime. I think it's only appropriate for you to
Oh my god, are we really going
first
there? Huh?
let me watch
Okay.
let me
My
watch this clip.
personal ship of this series is Katarina and Jordo.
Like,
Oh, that was in unison. Oh my god. Yes.
Yes, and
Nah,
I knew both of you would disagree with that.
no, no, no. The funny thing, I understand why, because he's sweet and he he loves her. Again, it started out being, you know, just a thing because they were royalty and because he felt guilt over the scar she had on her forehead, but it evolved. Now it's more.
Mm.
So yeah, it's sweet, and I understand why.
yeah. So the guy, he has like small dick energy. Like, you don't want to be with that.
Damn, man.
But he does.
What the fuck did just come out of your mouth?
He does have small dick energy.
Dude,
Like, you don't want to date
it's not
someone
small,
like
it's average. It's average dick energy.
that. Not for this guy, no. No, I really think his dick is small, and I stay away from him.
It's probably average. Yeah. I understand why mess. I like the ship, yeah, but there's one that's the obvious one, of course.
Of course.
Well,
So, what's your ship? Come with it.
well, Sophia Ascard and Katarina Clays is the best ship.
Mm-hmm.
Listen up here.
The two nerds.
No. She's reading this love romance book, and she doesn't. She wants to talk with someone about it, and then she randomly finds Sophia, and finds out she's into books too, and now Sophia has a friend, and people talk bad shit about her because she's different. She's an albino again, and Nicole listens to all the bad mouthing, and all the people says that, oh, it's so sad for Nicole because Sophia is bring the family down, and yeah, it's so sad for her, for Sophia, and Nicole is, yeah, he just wants his sister to be happy, and then the Katarina comes along and shows her that she's beautiful in her own way, and they have they have these love stories in common. Oh, it's so mwah, the fine sea, fine wine. Mwah, it's beautiful. The girl that is very outright goes over to the girl who has no self confidence, and pulls her out of the shadow, and tells her that she is beautiful. Oh, mwah, mwah. I could eat it up. It's beautiful. I like it. Okay, and let's talk about the thirsty scene in the book. You know what I'm talking about, Mess,
Oh, where
and
she where
the
Sophia
book of
pushes her to the
desires.
wall.
Yeah, and Sophia is all, is all about the thirst, pushing her up against the what is it called, book thing,
The bookcase.
the book,
This-
but yeah, the bookcase. Oh, mwah. So yeah, Sophia, she's shy on the outside, but inside she's a fucking thirsty monster. She's yeah, she's just Katarina just needs to release a beast.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you know, Katarina and Sophia read smut
Oh, yeah,
under the
they do.
covers.
They do.
They fucking read smut, and inside Sophia just wants to do smut to
like-
Katarina.
They're the kind of girls who have like a Tumblr just for writing
Yeah,
fanfics.
yeah, yes,
They definitely
Exactly.
write fanfics on Tumblr.
yeah. So that is my reasoning. That's my reasoning.
Fair.
Yeah.
What about you, Anne?
I have two people. I think
No.
she
You need to choose one.
One.
Yeah, the top, the creme de la creme. Yeah.
Okay, can I just explain the two why?
Yeah, you can explain, but you need
I
to
think
at the end choose one.
Okay, I will choose one in the end, but there's two people I think is a good option. There's the guy with the black hair, and
Nicole.
I have no idea why. I just like him. I think he's hot. He's a cool guy. That's why I think him. But I think the one she really
All the
ended up
girls
with-
in this series thinks he's hot. He's alluring. He's really what?
What?
He's really what?
I didn't say anything.
Ah, sorry.
Okay. The one she should really end up with is Maria, because of the intro, where it's like all about them two. So I really
So
expected them to end up
base.
together.
Ah, that's so base.
I mean, no, but it's like it's just destiny for those two.
For the villain and the protagonist to end together.
Yeah, but like in the game, the protagonist is supposed to end up with like one of the guys, mainly the guy who the villain is engaged to. So I think it's just like the perfect ending is for her to end up with the actual villain. Like instead of ending up with the guy, she ends up with the girl.
Hmm.
Ah,
It would
but
subvert
that's still so
expectations.
base.
It is based, but it's based for a
Yeah,
reason.
it's so vanilla ice cream. There's
Hey, I love
nothing.
vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, but
Mess.
you could have small pieces of ghost pepper chilies in there. That's what I'm selling. I'm selling vanilla ice cream, but when you get through the first layer, there's ghost chili peppers on there, but delicious ones, not the ones that kill you. But yeah, you understand.
I
Okay, so
will
we
say
have
so.
Mads. You're voting for the royalty wedding, and Anne, you're voting for the antagonist and protagonist
Yeah,
based
except I
marriage,
think
and I'm just the thirsty book girls.
but I do think like I don't like Sophia that much, but I think in Katarina's past life, the Sophia kind of girl that she's friend with, I do think that they could be a good match.
Hmm.
I chose Sophia. One of the reasons I chose Sophia is Sophia would be a gamer, 100%. She would play this kind of game if she
Yeah.
was in Katarina's world.
Oh,
And
definitely.
Katarina,
Like that's pretty much
yeah,
confirmed in canon.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't think Maria would be like the other girl.
No.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Hmm.
Your ships, both of your ships sucks. Mine is the best.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will kill you while you sleep tonight. But okay, we'll see whose ship
Wow.
outlasts each other. Ah,
Well,
I will say, like, since I know the future, I will say the one she actually hangs out with the most out of all these characters is Maria.
oh, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
but they are not in a
But you,
relationship yet.
but you know, she has her Tuesday book girl nights smut with Sophia
Damn. You do
every
know that
Tuesday.
Sophia is trying to get into to make like Katerina come together with Nico, her brother, so they can have
Yeah,
like
I
be
know,
all
I
three
know, but
together.
it's all because she wants to get together with Katerina.
Oh, of course it is.
She
Yeah,
she wants to snap her
she's really just
up.
being smart. Like
Yeah, yeah, she's being smart. She
she knows how
she
like
makes
society works, like in that world, and then like
yeah
thinking, okay, my brother, like who's this high-ranking noble, can get together with this high-ranking noble. If we do this situation, we can get into this. So yeah,
yeah. She makes her brother do all the work for her because
because
he's
she knows her brother
attractive.
looks good, so she's just being the best
Yeah,
wingman there is.
yeah. But when she's when they are together, she will snap her up. She'll yeah. I don't have any more to add
Me neither.
other than my ship is obviously the best one.
In your dreams, my friend. No, anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So, is
Ah,
simple entertaining?
yeah,
It
This
can
one was
be.
yours, Vlad.
it can be. It can be. Yeah, maybe it's because I've been spoiled with complex plots in the anime.
We did
But
just finish Ranking of Kings, so
Yeah.
yeah, that
like the
that that
opposite.
was a weird one. That was a weird one. It started out simple, or you thought it was simple, but it got very complex.
Hmm.
But this one, it's very it doesn't seem like it. It what should I?
I would call this one innocent fun.
Yeah, precisely.
And I think when it comes to like simple stories like this one, it probably won't win any award like for being a great piece of art. But in terms of like entertaining people, I think simple stories like this one could actually work a lot better than a lot of many complex stories.
Hmm.
Like I'm gonna be completely honest. If I put this anime and Ranking of Kings beside each other, I would say that Ranking of Kings is the better written anime. But in
Yeah,
terms of which one I enjoy more, I actually think I like My Next Life as a Villainess more.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, but
That's fine. That's just
just
personal
because
opinion there.
that's yeah, that yeah.
A completely
It,
subjective opinion. I keep on saying there's a difference between like um, between what you think is like really good and what you just
yeah,
personally enjoy.
yeah.
Like this anime is something that I personally enjoy a lot,
Hmm.
but I can like I can try to objectively see that if I put it into what makes a like great story and great series, then I would say that the Ranking of Kings is the better story, better made story. But in terms of what I
Yeah.
enjoy personally, then this one just does it more for me.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I would also say that uh, one example of a simple story that works like really well, I'll just come with, is Pokemon. Pokemon is a very simple story that they've been able to reuse for every single season of Pokemon that's running till this day. And it is one of the most popular
Yeah,
franchises in the world.
yeah, yeah.
And then,
Simple is many times a very good thing. It
yeah,
can work in many situations.
yeah, and also if something is complex, even if something is complex, that doesn't mean that it's good. It's
No.
only good if the complexity is written well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same thing with symbol. Symbol is only entertaining, if you say, if the symbol is written well and shown well.
Hmm.
So it's not that one is better than the others. It's about whether or not you can do it correctly or do it well.
Hmm. They yeah. The show does the right things um in the box in the story box it's put in.
Yeah, I would say this show does everything it wants to do, and it does it
Yeah.
right. It doesn't try
Yeah.
to reach higher than what it intends to do,
Mm.
and it does that perfectly.
Mhm. Again, we didn't series didn't need to be this very complex antagonist with a 30 page 30 page backstory of how he came to where he is now. He just needed a again it was not that simple, but he just needed a good setup to be a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And he needed a easy solution to become good again.
Yeah,
And yeah,
and it provided
it
that.
worked. Yeah, it worked.
Good triumphed over evil. It's that simple.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I came with. I just it's yeah it was easy. It was easy to digest this series.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Ranking of Kings, it just became more and more and more. It just surprised me more and more.
Mm.
So yeah, but this one was easy to digest
This is also the kind
and
of
enjoy.
it's also the kind of anime that I feel in a way that can easily be watched more than once. It's kind of you can casually watch it.
Yeah, you can casually. Yeah, that's the thing. It's you can casually watch it.
You can knit or eat or play a game or something
Yeah,
while watching it. Like you don't
yeah,
just because you look away for 5 minutes doesn't mean you miss anything.
yeah. You don't. It's hard to miss everything, and if you do, it's easy to catch up to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like watching Friends or How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
yeah.
seriously, you can miss an entire season of How I Met Your Mother and still get what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Uh,
Great.
so, should we move on?
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay, this one was yours, Anne.
yeah,
You want to introduce it?
yeah. It's just felt that like what if we turned into the villain of the last game we played? Like, would we be okay? Like, would there be any way that we could like turn it around and survive?
That wouldn't end good for me.
What did you play?
I played what was it called? Jedi or Star Wars: The Last Order.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, would you be Darth Vader then?
Nope, no, I wouldn't. Again, if you look at him as the last boss, but I don't. He's like he's more again. Darth Vader is more like a force of unstoppable evil in that game. You can't do anything against him. He's more like a obstacle you need to run from more than a character. Game wise. But the last boss is a what was they called? No, how can I forget? The Jedi's that becomes evil and kill other Jedi's. Oh, what was it? Inquisitors? Yeah,
Yeah, Inquisitors.
there's this girl Inquisitor, and yeah, she gets impaled by Darth Vader's lightsaber in the end
Oof.
because she didn't fulfill the mission. She didn't complete the mission.
And you think
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to complete the mission either?
Mm,
Or would you try to run
nope,
away?
not against the protagonist. Nope.
Hmm.
I don't know. Again, it could. The easy fix would just be the first interaction you have, because the first interaction with the protagonist is that he's running from you and the protagonist jumps upon a ship and flies away. The easy thing would be, well, throw down your arms and jump with the crew and try to save the galaxy with him. So
what about you, Matt?
The last game I played doesn't really have a villain. Europa Universalis 4. So I don't really know about that, but other than that, I actually recently played an Overlord game,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, like based on the anime.
Hmm.
And if I was to be reborn as the villain of that game, I would actually become the main character of the Overlord series. So I think I would
Eins,
be fine. Yeah, I would become
Einzeln,
Einzelgaun. So I think I would be fine, honestly.
Einzelgang.
Like, I would probably be a little panicky about becoming a skeleton. But other than that, I think it would be fine.
yeah,
I mean, Ainz is basically untouchable in that anime, so
Yeah.
I would probably be a little bored, maybe with my new existence, but other than that, I think I'll be fine.
yeah.
What about you, Anne? What's the last game you played or completed?
Like if mobile games doesn't count,
Yeah.
then the
Oh, but
last
but just for fun, what was the last mobile game you played?
Merge Mansion.
What? Merge Mansion.
It's a really good game. Okay, it's like there's no S. I love it. There's no S, and it's so addictive. But there's no real
Merge.
villain. But the grandma is kind of sketchy. So I think something is like up.
No, you serious? You serious? That game?
Yeah,
Merge Mansion?
it's a really good game.
The you have seen the
The ads.
the ads.
That's why I downloaded it.
Jesus
I love
Christ.
the ads.
They are so no.
They're
Okay.
so fucking
Okay,
funny.
now I'm over that. What was the last other game you played?
The Quarry, but I'm not finished, and
Oh.
it's a really new game, so I don't want to spoil anything.
Fine.
So I really don't like right now. I don't know who the villain is, except
Okay.
I hope it's
What was the
something to do with
last
werewolves.
PC game you completed?
Last game I completed.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh
okay,
man,
give me a moment.
I'm an
I have to look
adult
at
now. I don't
my
have
my
time to
desktop.
play games.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh. Oh.
So the villain would be Micah, I think.
How would you survive?
By not snitching anyone out.
Ah.
Don't be a snitch. Snitches get stitches.
That is true.
That is the easy way.
Yeah, it would be like really easy to survive as Micah. Like, just don't be a jerk.
Later, you
Don't be an
realize you're the
asshole.
only one dying if we were to
Yeah,
reincarnate.
I'm the one who has fucking Darth Vader on my breathing down my neck. It's very hard to survive in that situation.
Yeah, it is. Good luck.
Hmm.
That was a fun one. That was a fun
Yeah, I
question.
enjoy these like
Yeah,
fun ones. You're good at coming up with those, and by the way,
yeah.
Thank you.
see that's why we need you here. Me and Vlad just doesn't have the capacity to come up with
Oh,
these.
my two brain
That's
cells can't handle Mess's Professor Brain.
What about medieval feudal society and all that?
Nope.
yeah, Mads, you're too clever.
Oh,
You're so
thank.
clever.
I don't ever want to call that clever. That's more like having some knowledge. But anyway,
Ouch. I don't have knowledge.
but you don't have that knowledge. You have other knowledge.
Ah, yes. All right. Was that the? Oh,
We are at the
oh,
end.
we're at the
Oh.
end.
Are you ready to spin the wheel of fate?
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Oh. That's me.
well, your time to
Whoa.
shine, Vlad.
Yeah. Next time we're gonna watch Magical Girl Racing Project because that's the other anime. That's the other anime I haven't watched where there is a what was it called? Magical companion that goes
Evil?
bad.
Oh.
So I'm excited for that one. I haven't seen it. I just know that it's the other um yeah the instance of a
Magical
magical companion.
companion going evil.
Yeah, going evil.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited.
So we're gonna have some teenage girls murdering each other. Woo!
Yoo-hoo!
That'll be
should-
fun.
Anime blood!
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God, anime blood. Finally.
Ugh, now we're finally done with all this goody stuff. Now we get to the real good, real stuff, real art.
Yeah, the real shit.
Yes. It's only real anime when they kill each other. So,
Well,
yeah. Everyone, thanks for watching. This has been the Anime Masters of the Apocalypse Anime Talks. We have talked about my next life as a villainess. And I hope you'll see us next time. Remember to like, subscribe, and to comment down below. And bye bye.
bye.